Picture this. It's a calm Sunday morning, and the only siren you expect to hear is the one from the ice cream truck. But no, it's not Mr. Frosty rolling around the corner. It's a fire truck, and it's not coming to deliver sweet treats, but to douse the flames of a small fire. The culprit behind this unexpected excitement, none other than a curious feline named Mr. Whiskers. Now, Mr. Whiskers had a knack for finding himself in the most peculiar situations. This time, his curiosity led him to a flickering candle on a coffee table. With a swift swish of his tail, the candle was knocked over, and voila, a small fire was sparked. The fire brigade was called, and you'd expect a heroic entrance, right? Well, not exactly. This isn't your regular primetime drama, folks. Instead, the fire truck arrived with a bit of a twist. It was stuck in reverse. Yes, you heard it right. The fire truck, sirens wailing, lights flashing, was backing its way into the scene. Imagine the sight. The neighborhood's quiet Sunday morning was suddenly filled with the comical scene of a fire truck in reverse, firefighters scrambling, and a cat looking smugly satisfied. The bystanders, initially worried, couldn't help but chuckle at the spectacle. Mrs. Henderson from next door was seen clutching her stomach, tears streaming down her face from laughing so hard. And the fire brigade? They were doing their best to control the situation. Picture them in their big helmets and fireproof suits, tripping over hoses and slipping on the wet pavement, all while trying to douse the fire and save Mr. Whiskers' house. It was a scene straight out of a slapstick comedy, but amidst all the laughter and chaos, remember this. It was a cat named Mr. Whiskers who started a fire, and a fire brigade in a truck stuck in reverse that came to put it out. Now, who would have thought that a cat in a fire truck going backward could cause such a ruckus? As if a backward-moving fire truck wasn't enough, the firefighters decided to add more to the comedy of errors. Picture this: a group of brave, uniform-clad firefighters rushing to extinguish a raging fire. But wait, something seems off. There's a firefighter, let's call him Bob, standing by the fire truck, hose in hand, ready to unleash a torrent of water. But alas, the hose is as dry as a summer afternoon. Poor Bob forgot to connect the hose to the water supply. The look of bewilderment on his face is priceless as he stands there holding a limp hose while the fire continues to dance in the background. Now, let's shift our focus to firefighter number 2. He's a tall, burly guy striding confidently towards the fire. But wait, what's that yellow thing on the ground? Oh, it's a banana peel. Who would have thought that a firefighter's greatest nemesis would be a piece of discarded fruit? As he steps on it, his feet fly into the air and he lands on his back, much to the amusement of the onlookers. Thankfully, his pride was the only thing that got bruised. And then there's firefighter number 3. He's ready, he's focused, he's spraying the spectators. Yes, you heard that right. In his eagerness to douse the fire, he accidentally turned the hose on the crowd. The spectators, who were previously cheering on the firefighters, are now soaking wet and looking like they've just participated in an impromptu wet t-shirt contest. Their reactions range from shock to laughter, creating a scene straight out of a comedy sketch. And in the midst of it all, the fire continues to crackle and roar, perhaps laughing at the human folly unfolding before it. But don't worry, despite their comedic mishaps, our firefighters manage to regain their footing and their hoses and get back to the task at hand. I guess it's not every day you see firefighters turning a rescue mission into a slapstick comedy routine. Just when you thought it couldn't get any funnier, the grand finale kicked in. Picture this: our brave, albeit clumsy firefighters are scrambling, trying every trick in the book to put out this stubborn fire. But it's like trying to catch a greased pig on roller skates. Nothing seems to be working. Then out of nowhere, the most unexpected thing happens. Enter Mr. Whiskers, the neighborhood's most notorious feline. Now, this isn't your ordinary house cat. Mr. Whiskers has a reputation for being a bit of a troublemaker. But today, this mischievous tabby turned into a real-life superhero. With a swish of his fluffy tail and a flick of his agile paw, Mr. Whiskers did something incredible. He managed to turn on the fire hydrant. Yes, you heard it right. This little ball of fur, who spends most of his days chasing butterflies and napping in the sun, turned into the town's savior. The gushing water from the hydrant quickly drenched the flames, transforming what was once a dangerous inferno into a harmless cloud of steam. The crowd was stunned into silence before erupting into cheers and laughter. The firefighters, their faces as red as their trucks, couldn't help but join in on the merriment. Their embarrassment was forgotten, replaced with relief and a newfound respect for this tiny hero. They even lifted Mr. Whiskers onto their shoulders, parading him around like the champion he was. The scene was a sight to behold. It was like a scene out of a movie. Only this was real life, and our hero was a cat. The story of Mr. Whiskers became the talk of the town, his tale told and retold, each time bringing about roars of laughter and wide smiles. So the day was saved not by our bumbling firefighters, but by our furry friend, Mr. Whiskers. Talk about a perfect ending. Well, that was quite a show, wasn't it? We've seen fire trucks defying the laws of physics, moving backwards when you'd least expect it. We've had our hearts in our mouths and our bellies aching from laughter as our brave, albeit clumsy firefighters took one comedic tumble after another. And let's not forget the unlikely hero of the day, the fluffy, fearless feline who saved the day in the most unexpected of ways. What a ride it's been. If you're anything like us, you're still wiping away tears of laughter and replaying these hilarious scenes in your mind. We'd love to hear which moment had you chuckling the most. Was it the reversing fire truck, the firefighter fumbles, or our heroic cat? Drop your favorite moment in the comments. We can't wait to hear from you. Remember, even on the gloomiest of days, there's always a chance for a laugh. Until next time, keep smiling.